Morning, folks. What a lovely sunny day in Sweden today. And I saw a story in a local Facebook group today that made me chuckle because I didn't know about this. When you have a baby in Sweden, you can't just call it Bob or Fred without getting approval for your new baby's name from Skatteverket, the Swedish tax authority. And I just thought that was really funny. I mean, people moan about Sweden being a nanny state. Now, you could argue that this is very nanny state type policy. But I actually quite like it because it stops parents giving their names, ridiculous names to their children that the children are then stuck with for their childhood and their teenage years and the rest of their life potentially. I mean, if you think about the UK, I was looking at the UK's worst name list, a random Google result. And some of the results there are Maverick, Little Sweetmeat, Danger, Harley Quinn, Legend, Olive Garden, Stormy Sea, Queen, Precious, Jewel, Earth. That's one name. And Stiffany, not Tiffany, Stiffany. I mean, if this kind of regulation stops kids being called names like that, then I am all for it because those names are ridiculous. Queen, Precious, Jewel, Earth. I mean, that's a first name. Imagine with middle names and a surname. It's going to be just ridiculous, like a tongue twister. Yeah, basically, when you want to name your kid, you have to send approval to Skatteverket for them to confirm and consent. And apparently some names were declined a few years ago. So some of them were Ford and Prince and J, just J on its own, the letter. But apparently they were then allowed via appeal. But one that wasn't allowed was, for example, Osama. So relieved to see names like that not being permitted, especially when you consider the recent events with somebody called Osama. It just makes you think no wonder Swedes just call their kids Sven. Much easier, isn't it? Because you know it's going to get approved. Sorry, that was a sweeping stereotype. It was a joke. Sorry to all the Svens that are watching this. But yeah, anyway, so that's funny facts of the day. I did not know this. And it's this kind of weird regulation that you only really find out when you're here. Or you might occasionally read about these random stories in the UK press when they're taking the mick out of another country, when actually they need to look at their problems back at home. Anyway, have a nice day, folks. It's almost Friday. It's 24 hours to Friday, kind of. So have a good weekend, whatever you're doing. Cheers.